So now I have sorted out that issue. I'm not going to tell you how I sorted out the issue. That is for you to understand and work on it. Okay, um, right. So you could see that there is a difference here. So now I have updated what I updated my packages. So now let's go back and install our pptpd, because we don't have our pptpd here. Sudo pptpd version, it is not found, so let me install it. So always when you want to install it, system control status pptpd. All right, so system control install pptpd y. Sorry, my bad. It's not system, it is apt install pptpd. All right. And now we go. So its commands are very important. Commands are case sensitive as well. So let's go and look at the status. So now we have pptpd installed. So if you want to see the version, you could see the version. So which means the service is installed. But you could see that it is disabled. The preset is enabled, but the services are disabled. So we want to enable the services to make it work. So let's go and configure. Like we have installed it, we have to configure it. So sudo use my nano editor pptpd.config files. So here we go. I go to my config files here, and you could see that there are different configurations which are already available. So in this one, we go and we are going to configure the routes which we want to configure. So here we are going to give local IP. So the local IP which I want to give is 192.168.2.10. That is the local IP I give, and the remote IP I want to give is 192.168.2.100 to 200. So these are the two IP addresses which I give. So I say that this is my local IP address which I want to work on, and this is where it is to be connected. And then I would say that I wants to use something from 192.168.2.100 to 2.200. These are the ranges of IP address it wants to use when it wants to connect it outside from this network to the other site which it wants to do. Okay, so this could be different. This could change. So you, instead of using 192.168.2.0 network for your remote IP, you can use a different, completely a different subset of IP address which you wanted to do. It's up to you whether you want to use the same subnet, same IP address. It could sometimes cause issues. It could sometimes cause an overlap between the IP addresses. But for me, I just use this. If you want to use a different subset network, you are absolutely fine to use maybe 172.16 series to differentiate between the IP addresses. Yes, you can use it. Right. So control, let's save. Here we go. So we have now configured our PTPD. The next one, what we have to do is configure passwords and user credentials. So you go into PPP chat secrets, you could see that it asks for the client, and it asks for the IP address which you wanted to give, or the username and the passwords which you want to give. So here the client is the server VPN, the server is pptpd, and the secret is the password which I have, and then the IP address is any IP address I wanted to use, right? And then we have done with this one. So eventually we have we have configured two things here. We have installed pptpd, which is the service which we are used to VPN. We have configured it with the local and the remote IP address, and we have configured with the secrets as well. So let's check sudo systemctl status. Right. So it is still disabled. We have configured, we haven't enabled it. So we can now enable it. Sudo systemctl restart. Then we say enable. So it is going to take its time, and now you could see that the services are enabled, and so pretty much we have configured what we wanted to configure. So we have configured it, that's what we have done. But anyways, we have to go further and do the IP forwarding and firewalls as well, so that we make sure that it works. Let's try it. Let's say it won't work at the moment. So you can go to pptpd options. So you could see that you have your pptpd. You require MS sharp v2. If you want to give your DNS, you can give. We haven't configured our DNS yet, so it is okay for now for us to work on. So you don't have a default route, no default route to be used, and nothing else from here. Right, so let's ping 192.168.1.1, and here we go. We can ping 1.10. It won't ping 1.10 because 1.10 is a different machine. It's no, it can't ping 1.10. Okay, maybe this is the reason here. Let's go and right. So it is still disconnected. Let's go here, go to the properties, see always persistent connection. So in Windows, persistent connection is just on a click. Just check whether it is PPTP, and then you have MS sharp. So here in the Debian, you could see that if you can go into the options here, it says here require MS sharp version 2, and here you could see that MS sharp version 2 is enabled, and here we go. Once you make it persistent, try to connect it, and here we go. We have connected the configurations. So ipconfig, you could see the PPIP dial-in interface is up and running, but it is not picking up an IP address. Maybe that's an issue for us. Ping 192.168.2.10. It can ping 2.10. 2.1 is the client, it can ping. So let's go back to our Windows here. Control X. Yeah, here we go. The ping is successful. Uh, Sometimes you might not get the ping. Yeah, so literally what we are doing here is we can successfully ping from both the networks, right? So which means we have now installed we have now installed IP forwarding, which is equal to RRAS, and we have configured VPN to Swansea network, which is persistent connection. So we have done both the things here. Uh, Maybe the next series of video we will look at the firewalls here, and we will modify the firewalls here as well, set up some more persistent way of connecting, and then we will move to our DNS and DHCP configurations. Pretty much we are done. So the other thing we have to do is joining the clients. So that's something we will be doing in our next video. So in our next video, we will be looking at what are the possibilities of creating a child domain, and how are we going to join the client C1 to um, your domain. In the meantime, let's confirm everything. So from here, from the server, I can ping the client, I can ping the Debian server, all good. So let's go here, and then I will try to ping the server. I can ping the server. I want to ping the client. I can't ping the client at this point. The request is timed out, and here in the client, um, let's say 2.10 is pinging, 1.1 is not pinging. So this client can't reach outside. So this is something, a problem which we want to uh, troubleshoot. Uh, so that from the client, from the Debian client, we can't ping the Windows network at all, but we can ping the Debian network. Let's see if we can ping 10.0.0.2. I can't reach 10.0.0.2 as well. So something is a problem which we won't troubleshoot in our next video.